Hi, everyone. Thanks to Biennale of Architecture and Urbanism for giving us the opportunity to share our work. We are an office.
We are Uncertainty Network Office.
I am Fang Xiaoyang.
I am Zhuang Yuanpei.
We come from China and founded an office in New York City in 2017. We focus on exploring the uncertainty, contradiction, and ambiguity of the spatial systems. We are a young and vigorous architectural practice, from individual dwelling to urban design, from culture intervention to commercial development. An office is actively providing a variety of urban and architectural design services, as well as motivating contemporary spatial production through multiple media.
Our interests concentrate on capital and spatial politics, environmental control, and the philosophy of technology, globalization and infrastructure, contemporary media culture and production consumption spatiality. We are fascinated by the uncertainty of post-modernity and post-capitalist society and obsessed by the network where various territory and hierarchies are converged.
In project Photosynthetic Iceberg and Unstoppable Fabricated Oasis, namely UFO,
we intend to demonstrate manifold dimensions and profiles of greenhouse urbanization and photosynthetic colonization, and propose a Mobius megastructure of dystopia which revealed manifold nature and human nature embedded in ecological agriculture.
The slaves in plantation in tropical colonies were treated as tools under the name of Darwinism, missionary, and even modernism. The equatorial zone in colonial times was like an exotic treasure warehouse. Tobacco, exotic flowers, and plants were transported to Europe, becoming a symbol of capital. In the tropical man-made landscapes in modern glass greenhouses, plants have been alienated into tools in the name of science, technology, and utopia, and become pawn of global capital operation. And Winter Garden and Crystal Palace turn out to be the pyramids of this artificial ecological game.
In modern greenhouse agriculture, the seemingly high-tech, shining, and healthy greenhouse landscape provides us with abundant nutrition, and the organic food industry creates an illusion that we are living in a sustainable lifestyle. However, the detail behind all these beautiful landscapes and so-called organic hides cheap illegal labor and plastic and pesticide pollution.
We choose El Hito, a greenhouse agriculture town at the crossroads of Europe and Africa, which is the largest greenhouse fruit and vegetable production base in Europe. At the same time, it is also one of the largest gathering places of illegal African workers and plastic waste in Europe.
It is located in the southernmost part of Spain, has the longest sunshine time and abundant underground water and geothermal resource in Europe, which gives birth to greenhouses agriculture dominated by tomatoes. Climate control and biotechnology have transferred desert into farmland, a shining greenhouse plain. However, behind the glamour line and plight of illegal immigrant workers from Africa, and the environmental damage caused by the intensive agriculture.
In our dystopian scheme, we materialize the capital operation as UFOs in the movie District 9, which were suspended on the greenhouse plane. They monitor, extract, and transport the fruits and vegetables and laborers here, forming a huge capital network.
Our project is inspired by Kelly Easterling's photosynthetic colonization, Michael Hart and Antonio Negri's empire, and Neil Brenner's planetary urbanization.
Along with the artwork for the exhibition, we are also proposing a visual essay, which intends to satirize the extractivism of greenhouse agriculture and the organic food industry on the natural and labor resources from Global South under the masquerade of environmental protection and global sustainability.
On the chessboard of greenhouse agriculture, sampling, cultivation, manufacturing, logistics, and the trade of photosynthetic empire are all placed on the grid of capital as pawn of the global greenhouse industry. Europe and Africa, human beings and nature are playing an unfair game.
Greenhouses, logistics centers, reservoirs, solar farms, chemical plants, laboratories, and food processing factories have become the planetary hinterlands of the global organic food industry. The regional and geopolitical identities have been processed, replaced, and reshuttled into new photosynthetic planets, which are self-driven and exempted from the Earth territory and sovereignty, overlooking this shining greenhouse plane.
The polar day fabricated by the sun and artificial lighting on the photosynthetic plants has created a constantly surging sea of photons and an ocean of capital on which the greenhouse continents are floating like icebergs. Those solar icebergs are crystal but fragile conspiracy. Under the peak of elegant organism are the plage of plastics and pesticide and the exploded immigrant labor force that is sealed and concealed from the public.
The ghost of photosynthetic capitalism has become a UFO, unstoppable fabricated Oasis. They are beautified as eco-mobiles town, where nature and human beings coexist. Although human beings are the only god here, the photosynthetic empire under the masquerade of clean solar energy constantly functions and processes cheap land, cheap labor, cheap greenhouses, and cheap crops into organic artwork.
Everything in the eco-mobile's tongue is alienated, twisted, and distorted to ensure the smooth flow of capital and the continuous fabrication of the illusion of coexistence between human and nature. It's a deformed idol, top-down vortex, and organic tyranny.
Back to the design of our exhibition. The base of our artwork, the photosynthetic iceberg, is the natural landform of Alieto, laminated by plexiglass panels. LED strips embedded in the iceberg and shine to create the solar day. Transparent boxes, greenhouses are scattered on it. This artificial nature is as crystal as an iceberg, which is superficially magnificent but precautious, seemingly transparent but full of refraction illusion. The tunnel is devoid of a greenhouse, leaving visitors to interpret.
While the ring eco-mobile's tongue is printed in 3D, polished, and painted like ivory and white jade, which is the representative of wealth and the artificial world, above the transparency and nature, the ivory white top loop is suspended in the air, implying that it is a lifted utopia, a metaphorical data space of modern capital circulation. The device turns out to be a circular highway, snowpiercer, and the perceptual motion machine. Cylinders, cubes, and cones stands on twisting track, just like the conveyor belt of money, information and commodities, reality and fiction, nature and man-made, surface layer and the substrate were weaving together to form a connected and embedded network.
And when you look around it, you can feel it as if it is rotating like endless track, transporting organic food and artificial landscape. This hybrid of nature and man crawls over the greenhouse like a giant beast. This project intends to materialize a spectacle of greenhouse industry while reminding people to pay attention to the other side of the story. Thank you.
Thank you.